To all our viewers right now, if you have attended our seminar before, whether it was 2 years ago in Siem Reap on the MDRT conference, or was it 1 year ago? No, 2 years ago when it's in Phnom Penh, or 1 year ago was in Siem Reap at the Steps to MDRT conference. If you have seen us before, heard us before, say me. Okay, in the comments, type me. Yay. Yeah, so we are now on the Jensen Siaw International's YouTube channel. So if you're not already our subscriber, you can click subscribe and join us on the channel. Okay, so how many? Okay, we have 59 people watching. Anybody else? Anyone else on the other side? Anyone else on the other side? Yeah, we are. Okay.
There's still some on the other side.
Okay, cool. Now, Ken, can you go over there and tell people to come to our link? Or
yes,
just
will do.
Okay. Yes. So this is how today is going to pan out like. We cannot hear you, but we can see you on your chat. So the way to speak to us is type. Okay, type on the chat, and that's the best way you can speak to us. So right now you're seeing Jensen on the screen. So let me tell you what we're going to do for the next 1 hour. Now, today's online seminar has the theme Breakthrough Your Performance. So what we want is to help you to have a breakthrough in your mindset, in your skills, understanding yourself, get some skills so that we can all still make this 2020 a breakthrough year. Regardless whether there's COVID, regardless whatever is the situation, we still want to do our business, we still want to take care of our families, and we want everybody to go and do well, okay? So we will have Benjamin speaking with you on understanding yourself. Then we will have Joshua talking to you on emotional intelligence or emotion quotient for customer service. Then we will have Ken sharing with you on the power of doing before I will round up. Okay, so let's take a look. Now, how many people? Okay, we have 66 people from Cambodia watching. We will be expecting more people to come in. So those of you listening to us right now, what I'd like you to do is share with your Cambodian friends. Yes, share with your Cambodian friends this link. You can Facebook them, you can WhatsApp them. In your way, share with them the link and let them join us in this seminar because we want this to reach out to as many people as possible. Am I correct, my brothers here?
Yes, of course, yes.
Okay, so now while we're waiting for more people to come in, I'll let Benjamin take it away. Ben will share with you. Ben will be sharing with you on the topic of uncovering or understanding yourself. And he has specially prepared a video with some animation on it. Okay, so to all our Manulife Cambodia friends and friends in Cambodia, once again, good evening. This is in Singapore. So now for the next 15 minutes or so, we'll listen to Benjamin. Okay, Benjamin. Specially prepared a video with some animation on it. Okay, so to all our Manulife Cambodia friends and friends in Cambodia, once again, good evening. This is in Singapore. So now for the next 15 minutes or so, we'll listen to Benjamin. Okay, Benjamin.
We shine the spotlight on the goods that you do. We also interview CEOs.
Especially prepared a video with some animation on
their secrets to success. And of course, we also share training videos from Jensen International and the team of speakers to help you in your performance breakthrough. I'm also the creator of the Asia Trusted Life Agents and Advisors Awards. That is the only regional platform that recognizes the best agents and agency leaders and insurance companies and executives in the life insurance sector in Asia. When I first created the awards, people told me that it was impossible. How would anybody take part in a competition, in an awards that cuts across international borders and companies? How do you measure that? So I know a thing or two about people telling you that it cannot be done. I'm also a McDowell Spectrum Personality Profiling Consultant. I have a special interest in behavioral transformation for performance breakthrough in sales and recruitment. And that's because over the course of my work, I meet a lot of very successful agents and agency leaders, and I love to learn the secrets behind their success. So now that you know a little bit about me, today we're going to talk about fighting COVID-19, right? Fighting coronavirus. How you can do that by understanding your personality and reaching the top. So I'm going to show you 3 cards and you choose the one that depicts the best which external world and environment that you like to embrace. The first one, in this picture you see this lady, she's up for a challenge. She loves the adventure that's ahead of her. Are you someone like that? In picture 2, you'll see this man who is embracing from the ground all the way to the sky. Are you someone who likes an external environment like that, about embracing the whole world? Or picture 3, you see this man is at the beach, looking to relax, looking to chill. Are you someone who likes to be at the beach, chilling and doing nothing for the whole day? Which 3 external environments describes you best or you like best? Is it picture 1, picture 2, or picture 3? Have you made your choice? So if you are picture 1, you're what we call the challenger. For challengers, you want to be number 1 in the world. So whatever the situation is right now, you will still want to find a way, you will still find a way. So if you are picture 2, you're what we call an engager. You can't go out to talk to people, you can't go out to engage people, you will feel it a lot because you get your energy from socializing, from engaging people. That's why you're an engager. So number 3, you are a relaxer. With what is happening right now, you're still very chill, you're still very cool. Okay, you can be like, oh, it's okay, you don't have to worry. Or sometimes you're like, it's okay, it doesn't matter. If I can't do it this year, let's do it next year. So these 3 personalities are more obvious in a times of crisis. For those of you who have done it before, McDoer is actually about 7 personality types, MACDOER. Okay, but we're focusing on these 3 today because these 3 usually comes out more in crisis. But of course, if you want, we can do a more comprehensive session to do the consultative cards or even the online profiling test for more detailed results. So in times of crisis, these 3 personality types usually becomes more obvious in most people. So now you can understand why in the same situation, in the same environment, different people react to it differently. You can also understand yourself better, how you react to it, to know what you can do to manage the situation and to overcome any challenges and obstacles in your way. Next, I'm going to share with you 3 tips that you can do right now and you can walk away with right now to help you in your business immediately. Okay, we are talking about reaching the top, right? So I use the acronym T.O.P, top. Number 1, technology is at our fingertips. So even if you cannot go out of your house, even if you have to stay at home, technology is now at our fingertips. There's no reason for you to stop working. There's no reason for you not to do anything at all. You can have Zoom meetings, you can have video calls, you can even use Facebook to interact with people. So there's really no reason why you should stop working right now. At the most basic, you can even be using your phone to call people, to talk to people. And that's what I want you guys to do. Okay? For now, build your habits. Start with 30, move on to 50, move on to 100. But the most important thing is to build a habit and start talking to people and start calling people. Every day, make sure you call at least 30 people. For Challenger, you will be able to do it because you will do anything to get results, right? You will do what it takes to get results because you want to be number 1 in the world. What you have to be a bit careful of, what you have to be watching out for is that when you call people, make sure it's not just straight to the point and straight to business all the time. Sometimes when you understand yourself better that you are someone like that, make it a point to make small talk, to interact with people, to ask them how they are. Okay, be genuinely concerned about them, and that will help you. And if you are like an engager, a lot of times you can call people and talk to people and talk non-stop, talk until the cows come home, but you may not talk about business at all. So you have to be watchful of that. Okay, opposite from challenger, you have to make sure that you try to talk a little bit about business. And it's not just a social call, right? And for relaxer, okay, if you're uncomfortable making calls, if you feel there's not a need to make call, I want you to get into the habit, even by starting to call your friends. Okay, talk to your friends, talk to your relatives, talk to your loved ones, talk to your warm market, or talk to your existing clients. Just make it a point to call them and talk to them so that you can form the habits. So can you imagine, even if you can't go out to meet people, you can't go out to close case, once you have all this in place, okay, when you can start going out, you have all these cases ready for you to close. Okay, in Singapore, now they allow cases to be closed without meeting face to face. So over technology, over online meeting, over virtual meetings, now they can close cases. I'm not sure about in Cambodia whether you can do that, but whether or not you can do that, if you're already talking to people and already preparing them for it. So even if you can't do it over the internet, if you can't do it virtually, when the time is right, when you can go out to meet people and fill out the forms and sign the forms, you will be ready to do it. So T.O.P, technologies at our fingertips, organize mastermind groups. So the other thing I want you to do is to organize mastermind groups. What do I mean by that? You are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So especially now in this environment, that is even more true. So be careful with who you choose to spend time with and who you mix around. If today you are mixing around with people that tells you, oh, with such a situation now, oh, why bother, don't have to do anymore, okay, let's give up, or we can stop doing, let's wait for next year, then you will be sure that you'll be following them in no time. So be very careful, stay away from such people. Find people like you, find people who can motivate you, find people who feel that, regardless of what is happening now, we can still do it, we will find a way to do it no matter what, and they'll think creatively to do it. So while understanding your personality is important, usually for mastermind group, usually for a group, okay, what I find the most productive group or effective group are people of different personalities. So you bring different strengths to the table and you help each other to look out for their blind spots. Because if you have all the same people in the same group or same type of personality in the same group, sometimes you are not able to tell the blind spots because all of you think alike. So in your mastermind group, try to find people of different personalities so that you can come up with different ideas, you can come up with different ways, and then forge your way forward. Top, T-O, now we come to P, perspective. I want you to be very mindful of how you view the situation, okay? The perspective that you are having. The same situation, different people look at the same thing, they can have very different perception, they can look at it from different perspective. So now in this situation, in this environment, how do you view it? What do you think of it? Be careful of what you put into your mind because your subconscious mind will affirm it. So in every situation, different people look at it differently. In times of crisis, some people think, oh no, that's it, that's over, I can't do anything about it. But do you realize that sometimes in times of crisis, there are people who always, there are a lot of opportunities because there is a crisis. So how you view it is very important. For example, in this current situation, okay, instead of looking at it as a negative situation, can you find a positive in it? How? Have you gotten calls from your clients or your loved ones or your warm market asking you about whether their insurance covers COVID-19? In Singapore, a lot of advisors, they are sharing that they are busy making virtual meetings because people are worried. Hey, does my insurance cover this situation if I'm hospitalized or if something happens to me? So they have a lot of opportunity, they have this chance to meet even virtually to talk about people, about their insurance coverage. So they actually see opportunities coming out from it. But of course, you also hear people about lamenting about how everything is very negative. So how you view it is very important because action creates momentum. If you view it positively, you have a mastermind group and you're calling people, the more actions that you put in, the more momentum you have, you won't have time to stop to think negatively. So in this short session, I want you to remember T.O.P, top. Okay? Technology is at our fingertips. So there's no reason for you to stop working even if you can't get out of your house. continue to call, continue to use virtual meetings if you can, to meet people, to share with people, and to do financial planning for people. Okay, organize mastermind group. Find like-minded people, find people who desire to do well still. Okay, find people who are like you, who want this year to still be a good year, to be the best year ever, and they'll find ways to do it. Okay, and number 3, perspective. Okay, how you perceive things will determine how your outlook to it, okay, and how you view the situation. So remember, you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and action creates momentum. With that, this is Benjamin signing off. I wish you all the best. Stay well. I hope to see you in person real soon. Take care.
Yay! And that was Benjamin sharing with you on how you understand yourself. Pick the 3 cards and the 3 important letters, T.O.P, technology. Ben, what was the second one? Organized mastermind group. And last one is?
Perspective, got your mind.
Yes, got your mind. So while you were speaking over the video, we have 124 people joining us on the YouTube channel now. So for those of you who have just joined us, we invite you to share on your social media platforms this link so that we can get more Cambodian friends coming onto here, especially from Manulife, to learn more about themselves and how they can do better during this COVID situation. And if you have just joined us, you will see that this is a YouTube channel. We also like you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can constantly stay in touch and can watch more valuable content brought to you on this channel. So any questions for Benjamin? If you have any question for Benjamin, what I'd like you to do is to key in the chat group. That is the way you will talk to us, okay? On the chat, type your questions or type your comments, and that's the way you will talk to us. Now, let's give Benjamin 1 minute to speak live as a person. Hi, Benjamin, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Hope everyone is feeling well and good. That's the most important thing in the current situation, right? But at the same time, don't freeze. Don't stop doing what you are supposed to do. Okay, business still has to go on, life still has to go on. Remember what's the most important thing in life, but at the same time, don't be paralyzed by all that is happening. That's why we are putting together this session to help you, to continue to inspire you, to empower you, and ultimately to help more Cambodian families out there. So everybody, let's work hard together. We can do it, and we can all get through this period together. Yes.
Yeah, so Benjamin was sharing about how in Singapore, some of our financial consultants are already, or agents are already meeting their clients online. So I wonder in Cambodia, are our agent friends in Cambodia doing that? So if you are watching this and you have already started meeting your prospects or clients online, and you're working with their financial plans online, let us know. So in the chat, you say, me, just type me. Then we know that you're already doing it online. Okay, so you can keep your questions coming for Benjamin, and Benjamin will answer you in the chat group. We have a tight timeline. So I'm going to kickstart the next speaker on this webinar, on this online seminar. And we have my very good friend. His name is Joshua Liu. And Joshua Liu is no stranger to many of you. He was in Cambodia in Siem Reap last year, where he did a keynote at the Steps to MDRT conference. So, and it's easy to tell who's the most good looking among all the speakers. Okay, Joshua, over to you.
Thank you, Jensen. Hello, everyone. Hello, Cambodia Manulife. I think Ben did a great job on T.O.P. He's talking about how different personalities type can actually react to different reaction situation right now like this, COVID-19. For me, I'm doing things such as in terms of how do you enhance and up your EQ in customer service experience. So this will be something that's interesting because at this moment, when people thought that we don't have to service our customer, there's no need for us to do customer service. Actually, this is the best time to do it. But first of all, let me do an introduction of myself. My name is Joshua Liu. So people usually call me Coach Liu.
Yes, just Joshua Liu, Coach Luke. And Coach Luke was a former Mr. Singapore, Manhunt winner, and now a master personal branding consultant to many companies and many C-suite executives. Okay, Joshua, over to you.
Yep. So do you manage to see the PowerPoint screen?
Yes, we are looking at it now.
Sure. So
Your
for me, I'm a global master trainer, international speaker, celebrity, master personal branding consultant. And I've won a few awards. At the same time, I have an international master certification in customer service and a world master certification in TSMQ research and training. I'm an MBA graduate. At the same time also, I'm right now pursuing my specialized PhD doctorate in business administration. So these are my Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn names, and we can link up from there. So what is customer service experience? Well, customer service experience is none other than how the customer will feel you are servicing them, the whole process, the whole feeling. And it's also equivalent to service quality and standard. Therefore, handling customers, which is known as client relationship management, at all times becomes a game changer for all sales and service personnel. In this case, especially this time, it's important for you to continue to serve a customer and stand out from the rest, because a lot of people, a lot of sales personnel will think that insurance agents will think, well, I think, what can I do at the moment? You should be doing things more, because when they remember you right now, and after when this period is over, you will leave a very deep impression in their mind. Okay, so let's go through, and you ask me this question, Joshua or Coach Luke, what is EQ? EQ is none other than this thing called emotion quotient, equivalent to emotional intelligence. It is how the heart speaks to the heart. It's also known as empathy. And today, we're going to use this thing called TSMQ, which is called Total Success Multi-Quotient, to tell you how people become successful. And out of this, one of the factors is actually EQ.
And yes, this Joshua's talking about EQ. And we bring up the screen to show you some slides. So our Cambodian friends who's tuning in right now, you're on YouTube, you can bring more friends onto the channel now.
By the way, there's a quotation by the World Research Team for Personal Effectiveness and Development. It says that when people seize their challenges, a successful person perceives them as chances to excel in life. So people, to be successful, see this period as an opportunity for you to excel in life compared to the rest of the peer, even the competitors. So using emotion quotient of customer service experience, and the framework used, as mentioned, is called TSMQ, Total Success Multi-Quotient. According to Total Success Multi-Quotient research, total success comes with 6Q, the 6 quotient: innovation quotient, technology quotient, adversity quotient, social quotient, charisma quotient, and emotion quotient. Let's go through briefly each quotient on how to make you successful in life. IVQ, innovation quotient. People always think that intelligence quotient, IQ, is important, but one level higher than IQ is actually innovation quotient. Because innovation quotient assumes that, or presumption itself is that you're already very intelligent and you're able to hinges on to innovate, to create more things. So in life, it's always good to innovate. So it's called IVQ. TQ, in this period, TQ itself will stand out. If you're technological savvy, you know how to actually handle a lot of technology, you stand out from the rest because now we're all doing remote work. AQ is adversity quotient. Being resilient in life is important. Taking up challenges, when things happen, the person who is more successful is someone who will climb up again and continue to do the things to the direction they want until they are successful. SQ is none other than social quotient, on how do you be socially savvy, how do you conduct yourself well in terms of social graces and social etiquette. CQ is something that all of us should look out for too. Charisma quotient. Some people is just naturally charismatic. People will just love them, like them, and these people have got influence over the others. So you can work on the CQ too. But today, we're talking about EQ, emotion quotient. And emotion quotient can help us to achieve much more here as we talk about how to enhance our customer service experience. So what is EQ in TSMQ? It talks about things such as how do you respond to a person's how a person's respond to a situation, whether good or otherwise, and still be able to do it well and to bring it the whole situation to the next higher level or better level. In this case, is how do you make a customer at this time still remember you and to serve them. So TSMQ EQ talks about this, and TSMQ EQ has one thing we need to know. It's called S.C.O.R.E in love. S-C-O-R-E, love. Number one is S for self-awareness. Very important for us to know that we must be aware of how we are. When do we usually get stressed? At this period like this, would we get desperate? Do we sound that there's no hope at this moment? So knowing yourself is the first thing in TSMQ EQ. Next will be control. Now, altogether, there are two circles in the whole world. The circle of control and the circle of not within control. Some people do not know the difference, so they are trying to manage everything. But once you know what can be controlled, it's easier for you to work within it and to make the best out of it, resources. But if you think that everything itself can be controlled, or worse still, everything cannot be controlled, what happens? You will not be able to manage the situation well. So in this case, knowing yourself controlled and not within control. So the next one is O for optimism, being hopeful in life. This period is not forever. So what you need to do is stop complaining. At this time, is always look out for opportunities or even things to learn to better your time while waiting for the whole period to die down. R is relationship management. Always aimed at all times to maintain relationships, to manage them, and to build them to the next level. So S-C-O-R-E for empathy, compassion, showing care and concern, giving your clients, prospect, a text, asking them how they are, and also at the same time, if you have anything for them to help them, also lend a helping hand. Last but not least is S-C-O-R-E, love. What is love? Love covers everything. In this case, it's actually helping out one another, mankind, and contribution back to society when you can. So what do we do now? When the situation is this case, we say we know about TSMQ, EQ, and in this COVID-19 situation, I'd like to share with you something more that can help you directly. Let me share from my screen. By the way, I love this quote by Arthur Hirsch, saying that start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. This is the part of being what we call using resources at this time. So I need every one of us to be a variable right now, VAR, to display your emotion quotient in customer service experience. First, V for visibility. I like what Ben mentioned just now, that we must always keep on doing our things, keep on keeping in touch with customer. But I'd like to say that there's a saying that goes, when you're seen somewhere, somehow up to seven times, people perceive you as being popular. Now we're not looking at popularity at this time. We're looking at that we are still around, doing our work well. People must still see that. So what do? You have to do a few things, visibility techniques. Number one, emailing them, texting them, messaging your customer, whether personally or at the mass, to give them updates about your work and also about the company, whether any communication things, any updates, publicity for them, for you to share with them. Social media connections is important at the same time. So whether is it LinkedIn, Facebook, in terms of Instagram, Twitter. So all this, let them know what you're doing, and so that they can know that you're still around to help them when need be. Personal calling, but only for certain people. People who have really connected with you, you call them to share your concern, to express your concern, and to look at that in a much more personal way. Contribution to society. What are you doing this time to help your society? Whether is it a hometown, whether is it your in terms of your state or even your nation. What are you doing to help the people around you? So this is something that can actually be done as a way of a visibility technique. Finding newsworthy angles. Angles that can help people to know that you are helping to share. Be a center of influence of news so that when people know, hey, wow, I did hear from this person, and these are all visibility techniques they can do at this moment. When people see crossroads, a successful person in life will seize a new direction. So this is by the World Research Team for Personal Effectiveness and Development. So the next be a variable is, other than V, is A, is called accessibility. A help in need is a help indeed. Important for you to continue to lend a helping hand when you can. It's the best time to stand out from the rest of competitors, making yourself available to your clients, the prospects, even public. You can do Zoom meetings, you can do online platforms, you can do call, anything that help, you can do that. And guess what? Nowadays, people can't travel, right? And traveling agency are selling, you know what they are promoting? They're promoting in terms of the travel experience. So online, what they are doing is they are actually telling people that they can buy the experience. You can't travel, so they can actually do, for example, if you book the experience for this place, they can show you on the spot how it's like. And this is really innovative. And they are also being accessible to people. So we have V, A, and what is R? R is none other than the next thing here, which is talking about resourceability. So resourceability is none other than just in terms of, okay, we call it in terms of the ability to do resourcing. A quotation by Tony Alexandra mentioned, to achieve more and better results, more resourcefulness is as important as more resources. In this case, resource actually means finding a new source. At this time, when it seems challenging, is there any way to find a new source of how you can work? Well, this is the best time to do two things: renovate your tasks and to innovate the way you work. Question to ask yourself to renovate your tasks. What can I still do at the moment? And the answer is, of course, lots. But is there any system, process, task that I can change to still be able to carry out my work? And not to mention, what skill can I learn at times like this to improve my task management? If you're not good at, if you can be better at technology, now is the time to pick up all the different virtual platform technology to help you better your task. So this is renovation of task. Next one to ask yourself is how to innovate your work. Is how can I do my work differently at such a time like this? Will you be able to do things, even sending proposal-wise, discuss over Zoom, all this, which is possible? But what else can you do differently from the rest? What can you do to enhance, improve your work during such times? And lastly, what are the trainings that I can go through at the moment to enhance my work? This is the time for you to go through trainings, courses, other skills they need to pick up. In this case, if you're here at this platform, it shows that you're really serious about improving yourself and your work at the same time. Tony Robbins mentioned this. It's not resources, but resourcefulness that ultimately makes the difference. So people out there, I would like to say that be available right now at such times like this. Be visible, make yourself accessible, available, and be tremendously resourceable or resourceful to do things differently. Know how to work the situation around, to add value where possible in times like this. That's all I have for you. Up your customer service experience. And of course, on this, I would like to just let you know, people, at this time, you'll be able to stand up because for TSMQ EQ in customer service enhancement and experience, you just need to be available, be visible, be available, be resourceful. This will surely make you stand up wherever you are. So, Cambodian Manulife, you go. Thanks.
Yay,
Bye.
you go. Thank you very much, Joshua. So Joshua talks about the variable, and I remember the scholar. Okay, so we have some people joining us already, more people joining us. So online now we have over 100 of our viewers, and we have people from Manulife Cambodia, definitely. And I'm curious, is there anyone who is not an agent that is on the show with us? And what you have heard is the presentation by Joshua Luke, a keynote speaker, and he is a master personal branding consultant. So he shared with you on how you can manage your emotions to have your customer service delivering a good experience for your customers. Then prior to that, we also have Benjamin. Benjamin, wave your hand. Wave your hand, Benjamin.
Hi everyone. Hello.
Yes, prior to that, we had Benjamin, and Benjamin was sharing on how you can understand yourself to get to the top. Yeah. And this is exceptionally important period where because all of us are affected by COVID-19 or coronavirus and we are all at home, it has affected businesses, it has affected our lives, it has affected our children. So we are all affected. And therefore, Jensen Siaw here together with the team is bringing you some motivation, some sharing, and some positive influence. So next, yes, we're tight on time. Next, I'd like to hand over the next 10 to 15 minutes to an entrepreneur, someone that you are very familiar with. Many of you will have first heard him at S.C.O.R.E Steps to MDRT conference, where Mr. Ken Kish, spoke about his story and his relationship between him and his mom and why it was and is still important to keep going and keep doing. So I'm going to hand over the time to him, and Ken is going to share with you on the topic of the power of doing. Ken, take it away.
Hi, good afternoon. Hey, good evening, actually.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Cambodia. You are 1 hour before us. So I hope the sun is still not shining there. So it's the evening. Well, good evening, Cambodia Manulife. I would like to thank you for logging in here on YouTube. I would like to thank the agents, the leaders, and the managers who made the effort to log in. Well, this webinar will not be possible because your fearless leader, Mr. Rota Chan. Thank you, Bong. Woo. And of course, on our side, we thank you, Mr. Jensen Siaw from JSI International. Well, most of you may not have seen me before, but I was speaking last year in 2019 at S.C.O.R.E. And I believe that I have my story shared, and it did touch their hearts, because over the past year, I have visited Cambodia a few times, and also through Facebook, I have people coming up to me and told me that my story touched their hearts. This is a great feedback. Thank you very much, as all the speakers would love for participants to get in touch with them. Am I right, guys?
Yeah. So they remember your story. We were just in Phnom Penh in January. Yeah.
For the kickoff.
For the kickoff. So we were at your grand kickoff. So, and I remember the leaders coming up to you and say they remember your story. They went back to tell their wives your story, and their wives started crying. So Ken, what is the power of doing?
Okay, so today my topic is the power of doing. Okay, what it is, as everyone knows that the whole world is going through the COVID-19 situation, and you would understand that it's not just Cambodia and Singapore, but the whole world. You would have been affected via your families, via your businesses, and even in the insurance industry. So the power of doing, do you think that you will need to wait for the COVID-19 situation to sail through and end, and you were to do anything about it? Turn to your leaders, turn to your managers, and I'm sure they would agree with me that sitting down and doing nothing is not an option for you. So the meaning of doing in the Oxford Dictionary, it is the activities whereby the particular person engages. For doing stuff, there is things that you do not like, and things that you do that you like. When you do things that you like, the outcome is very predictable. Have you ever thought of doing things that you do not like? I can assure you, based on the experience I've tried, when you do the things that you do not like, the perspective change. And you will realize that previous situations and even problems seems possible to overcome when your perspective has changed. I would like to share with you about a person. He's from Manulife. So last year in March, when I was part of the conference at S.C.O.R.E, we had this MDRT qualifier and aspirant called, his name is by the name of Tak Now. Why I would like to tell you about him is because his journey was amazing. And his journey is an example of doing. He used to be a tour guide for Angkor Wat because he brought all the speakers around Angkor Wat. He donned on the uniform as a tour guide just to share what Angkor Wat is to him and Cambodia. Over the past 1 year and till this year for the kickoff, I met Tak Now again, and he shared with me that he has a mentee, and his mentee is also an MDRT qualifier. Now, this clap is for Tak Now. I think he's recovering from his operation right now, but his journey from being a tour guide to now being a mentor, it is the power of doing. So Albert Einstein said, if you do the same thing again and again and again, and you expect different results, do you think that you're crazy? It's insanity. So what stops us from doing? Everyone procrastinates, you and I. So every single one, if I were to speak to you, you would give a whole list of reasons. But do you think that your reason would be also under the category of excuses? So you would say, I do not have time. My wife is stopping me. My family is stopping me. Oh, I'm so lazy. It is uncertain. The current situation is uncertain. But you think about time. Look at the person that you look up to. Is his 24 hours any different from your 24 hours? And if you know that it's the same, then follow on the ideas that he carried out for his 24 hours. So we know that the current situation is a bit difficult for everyone right now because of the disease. So if because of the current situation you do not do you mean that you stop living? The idea is to overcome the situation and rise above. And when you stop doing, don't you think you stop living? And when you stop living, does it not mean that you give up? I don't think so. When we don't do and when we do, it gives us a very different path. When we do, and we always do the things that we want, and we realize that we are the same person 1 year from now, 5 years from now. So let me give you a scenario. Many of you have come from villages and communities, seeking for a better life in town, seeking a better life to the city like Phnom Penh. So when you embark this journey of being an agent, I'm sure it is a reason that you want to help your family, your community to improve in a different level. So after a few years, you get to meet your old friends or your old family or even your neighbors, and they were to ask you, how's life? What have you been doing? Do you feel that you feel good when you tell them, same, nothing has changed? Definitely not, right? I'm sure you like to tell them, I'm helping the community. I'm doing a new activity every single week, every single day. Let me share with you another story. Last year, at about August, if I'm not wrong, JSI was invited to carry out Mr. Jensen Siaw's very unique MDRT boot camp in Phnom Penh. It was with a different company, but the same organization. Sorry, not same organization, same industry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I was tasked to help the MDRT aspirants, and some of them are already qualifiers, to gain a new perspective on the current situation of their customers or their would-be customers. So I'm helping them to gain a new insight. I was doing cards and I was explaining to them what would it help them to help understand their customers better and interact them and see what is their wants. There was this lady who stand out. She told me that she wanted to do MDRT because of the orphans of Cambodia. I have been seeing her Facebook posts. She is really a strong woman, and I could see strength that she's doing it for the community, and it's not because of money. Now, if you, I'm not going to mention her name because I'm not sure whether it's sensitive, but if you guys want to see what she's doing right now, she is actually doing things that I didn't think that she would do, and she's doing it to grow herself. She is interviewing businesses in Cambodia under Women Tech Media. Why she's interviewing the businesses? It's because she is helping those businesses share with other businesses about ideas how to do businesses in the current climate. And her energy of wanting to do has brought her in levels on becoming an interviewer, like a reporter, like a host. These are whether you want to do to make you uncomfortable so you can do new things and be in a very different situation. Would you have wanted to do it earlier if you could have done? Everyone has gone through difficult times. I'm sure everyone would know what Cambodia has gone through many years ago. More or less, everyone would have a different level of going through of difficult times. But through that difficult times, you look at those people that you look up to, they have gained knowledge and confidence to tackle even higher aspirations and goals in order to go up the steps of goals. So you complete these goals and step and aspiration, it goes to the next step. And every step you gain knowledge and confidence. So I would want to share this with all of you. Do. That is the power of doing. And see where your footsteps and your journey bring you through growth. Your doing will definitely inspire people around you, your community, and your family. And don't be surprised, you yourself will be motivated even higher. And when you do the things that you are not comfortable on doing, you know that it will become a cycle and a habit. Try it. Waking up early, sleeping early. Those are the small things that you could have done. If you do not know what to do, I tell you, look to your leaders. They have 1,001 ideas what you can do. Those uncomfortable things. And if your leaders do not know, go to your managers. If your managers do not know, I'm sorry, Mr. Rotachan Bong, you have to come in there. So you have to understand that your path and your journey will not be a straight one. The idea of doing will bring you through left and right, wide paths, and different paths for you to choose. But do not stop doing. I would like to end this presentation with a last but not least a slogan that I find it very useful. Thomas Edison, the man who invented the light bulb, he said that he has not failed. He has found 10,000 other ways not to invent the light bulb. So guys, when you fall down, continue doing because you have found another extra way not to do what you want to gain. Thank you so much. My name is Ken Kish, and if you have any queries, write down in the comments or forward it to me.
Thank you, Ken. Whoa. Yes, and that was Ken sharing on the power of doing. I'm going to bring up on screen the four speakers, the four of us. So this is where you can see all the four of us. The timeline is about 8:30. We have a couple of minutes more to go, and this is a time where we like to have a little chat with you here. So if you have joined us somewhere in the middle, we have had Benjamin speaking on understanding yourself to get to the top. We also had Joshua speaking on upping your emotional intelligence or emotional quotient to deliver a good customer service experience. And you have just heard from Ken, who has just shared about the power of doing with his lots of zest, enthusiasm, and energy. And of course, this is Jensen, the Chief Motivational Speaker of Jensen Siaw International, and here together with my team to empower all of you in Cambodia. So right now, Ben, Ken, Joshua, this is the time we can have a little chat before we close the session. Oh yes, we should tell them. As part of JSI commitment to empower more people across Asia, we also have started a weekly talk show, right, Ken?
Yes.
Yes.
It is Munch with Jen and Ben.
Yeah, just started a weekly talk show. And if you go to Jensen Siaw International Facebook page, that is where the talk show will air. So later at Singapore time is 9 p.m., Cambodia time 8 p.m. At Cambodia time 8 p.m., it will air on Jensen Siaw International Facebook page. Okay, if someone type in the chat so that they know how to go grab the link and put it in the chat. Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. So later you will see myself with Benjamin and with Ken, and we will be speaking with some MDRT qualifiers on the chat. Now let's bring Joshua was join us on the talk show about 2 weeks ago where he danced. So if you want to see Joshua dance, go to Jensen Siaw International Facebook page, and that is where you can look at the previous links. Okay,
Thanks,
Joshua. Of course, no problem. Joshua, how many viewers we have on YouTube now? Looking at our show.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, now we have
got about 100 plus.
100, yeah, more than 100.
Yes, 114. So, okay, and Joshua, you have any tips for them on how they can keep themselves happy during this COVID season? Phnom Penh is, I think there is a city shutdown already, so no moving in and out of Phnom Penh. Yeah. So Joshua, any tips on how they can continue to look good at home?
I think a lot of us, I think here we are giving very good tips. And the main thing about this is that still to keep yourself healthy in 3 ways. Number 1, physically. So you still need to do some form of exercise, perspire at home. Number 2, of course, is emotionally. So always get together with friends like all of us here. And we always talk about good things, no complaint, just fun. Lastly, of course, it could be something very interesting. It's called financially. Of course, a financial planner. So what do? I know that now may not be the time to get all the sales coming in or all these people coming in, but it's a preparation time. So whether physically, emotionally, or financially, this time is a good time for you to recharge.
Okay, yeah. So whether physically, financially, emotionally, mentally, whatever, make sure you recharge and keep on doing like what Ken said. Hey, Ken, come, leave some words for our audience and viewers here.
Okay, what I can leave with you guys, as I shared with you the power of doing, and to continue from what Joshua Luke said, it is true. I do not have the exact figures, but you plan most of the way and you action once. So this is the time for you to plan, the time for you to water your seeds with your clients. And when the doors are open, when the clear skies comes out, when the dark clouds disappear, that's the time when you action. Don't you think, Mr. Ben?
Of course, yes. That's what they need to do. And from me, my word of advice would be find your why. I think this one, Bong Rota also always mention it, right? So in the current situation, I think there are 2 aspects of it. Number 1, find your why in terms of are you doing it for your loved ones? So that's how you stay motivated and stay committed and stay safe and well. So find your why in terms of personal life. Number 2 is to also find your why in terms of your business life, right? A lot of you, when you first join the industry, there must be a reason why you are doing it. And also don't forget that you're out there serving families, helping your fellow Cambodians, and helping them to protect themselves and save for their future. So remember very clearly your why, especially in such a situation. So for you to do well personally, emotionally, physically, like what Joshua says, and also work-wise, business-wise, to be out there serving them when they are fearful now, in their times of need. You are there, telling them what you are all about, what Manulife is all about. So all the best.
For a
Yeah.
moment, I thought Ben said, find your wife. Wow.
Find your wife. Yeah, our wives are
Find
all
your
at home
wife.
now. Yeah, because we have
Hey,
good
actually,
wife.
it can work both ways. Yes, find your wife and wife your wives.
Because usually when you find your wife, you will get your wife. If you don't know your
Yes!
wife, you find your wife.
Yes!
Okay,
Well
okay.
said.
Okay, so we're coming down to the last few minutes, and I just want to share about a story, so to keep all of us motivated in positive light. Now, I remember that last year when we were speaking in Siem Reap at the Steps to MDRT conference, we had about 500 of you driving from various provinces or flying in from various provinces, all the way to Siem Reap, joining us at the conference. And we were very touched because we knew that some of you had driven 5 to 8 hours just to go there and listen to us for 5 hours. Now, imagine today you are driving your loved ones, your family, on a journey, and you want to bring them to a nice place. So let's say you're driving, you're not from Siem Reap, okay? You're in Phnom Penh or some parts of Cambodia. You're going to drive to Siem Reap, and you feel that it's time to go and visit the Angkor Wat Temple together with your loved ones and your family. And as you're driving there on a 5-hour drive or 8 hours drive, suddenly there was an accident right in front. And that delayed your journey for about an hour. So during that 1 hour where you were stuck in the jam or the traffic, do you think of giving up, turning back, going home? You might think so, but your loved ones at the back of the car will say, no, daddy, no, papa, please go ahead. Then you continue moving. So after the traffic jam, you travel for another 1-2 hours. Then there was heavy downpour. And then you came to a part where there was like a little bit of flooding and cars were moving slowly. There was a car stuck in the mud and it was trapping the traffic. And at this point, are you thinking, oh, no, let's forget it. Let's just turn back. Or are you thinking, no, we must continue moving forward? So because of your loved one, you say, no, we continue moving forward. You step out of your car, you join many of the rest of the Cambodians, shift the car, move the car, and help the car to be moved to the side, and the rest of you move on your journey. And then you continue for another 1-2 hours, just half an hour to 1 hour before you reach Siem Reap. Then you come to another traffic situation. There was a group of people stuck in the middle of the road, and there were animals, there were cows, and whatsoever. And then they were trying to move the huge animals, but the animals weren't moving. So this is another obstacle. But you knew that you're so near to Siem Reap already, you're not going to turn back. You're just going to keep on moving forward. You alight from your car again, help the people, move the animals, and clear the road for everyone to move forward. My friends, COVID is like one such situation. We all know that we are on this journey to make lives better for our families. We all know we are using the valuable work of life insurance to protect more families' lives, futures, and the dreams of their children. And we all know with the good work that you are doing, you have a destination in mind. So regardless of whether it's raining or pouring, regardless of whether there was a traffic accident, regardless of whatever situation, including COVID, remember, in your car, you are driving your loved ones, the people you have given lives to, and the people who mean the world to you. You can only keep moving forward, regardless of whether there is COVID or not. COVID will end. Situations will clear. The skies will turn bright and blue.
Yes.
And what we need to do is keep moving forward, keep doing, so that tomorrow will always be a better day. So to all Cambodian Manulife friends and everyone watching the show, this is Jensen, wishing you a very, very good life ahead. I'll let my other speakers say goodbye to you. Come, take it over, bros.
Hi, this is Benjamin. Thanks for joining us today. All the best. We can do it. We can write this out together. May this be your best year ever. Yes.
And this is Josh Luke here. And just remember one thing, we are meeting here. We can meet here more often, but very soon we'll see you back in Cambodia again. And we'll tell me about your testimonies, about how you come through here stronger, better, higher.
Yes, and Ken, closing speech.
Hey, I'm Ken, and I want to come back to Cambodia for your food.
Yeah, we need Cambodian food and the people.
Yes, and the people. Yay.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you at the talk show on Jensen Siaw International Facebook page at 9 p.m. Singapore time, 8 p.m. Cambodian time, 8 p.m. Cambodian time. Yes, very soon. So in 20 minutes or so, we will see you online again. Jensen Siaw International Facebook page. To all Cambodia friends, goodbye. Take care. See you.
Bye.